Hey everybody, this is Bigley. I hope you enjoyed our little opening I put together. And this is first in a series of new unboxing videos of Geek Fuel. Obviously the crates no longer had enough loot in it for me, so I decided to fuel my inner geek. So with that said, this is for March 2015. I'm not sure if there is a theme. I don't know if they do that. This is my first time with Geek Fuel. First of all, obviously, for those who know, you know what Geek Fuel is. For those who don't know, Geek Fuel is a subscription box service. Obviously filled with geek and fuel for being a geek. So and really cute tiny robots. So if you happen to see anything in here that strikes your fancy, by all means, there's a link in the description. Go to geekfuel.com. Sign up. I will say personally what I did is I signed up for a 6-month, sort of try them out, see how they do. And I did. When you do the 6-month and I think the 1 year, there's an extra bonus gift. So this has a little bit of heft to it. More so than the last of the crates I got. So I don't know if my bonus item for the 6-month subscription is going to be in this or if it's going to be the future one. But I do have my trusty but not quite rusty seam ripper to rip a seam in this box. To get that open. The big, huge roundels of sellotape that is on here, and I tell you what, that's a proper seal. That, or at least it was before I opened it up. So, without further ado, let's crack this open and waft the wonderful aromas bouquet of. I cannot see a thing in there. This is literally just, which is cool. Let your geek flag fly. Okay. Like, tweet, pin, post. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, or the YouTubes, and I do like this little tiny Geek Fuel robot sticker. I wish I kind of had that little sticker by itself. I might steam this later and get that. So let's let it breathe. First on the top there is a poster. Let's crack this open. Ooh. All the cats watching right now are just, really batting at the TV. Let me get this properly open. Instead of trying to be reverse cat video. Oh, wow. I have no... Oh! Sneaky. First of all, I have to say that when I first saw this, I just saw awesome plane. Awesome plane. My dad was in the army, so and he used to do these kinds of little model kits. So this is really cool for that alone. Then I looked a little closer. I don't know how well you can see the pilot. There is a stormtrooper. So that's kind of cool. It has Geek Fuel written on the nose, and this is like This is like thick cardstock. This isn't some cheapy, poster. This is like heavy cardstock. I mean, this is going on. This is like you put this in a frame, which I may actually do. Maybe put it over on the side with pictures of my dad that I put together after he passed. But let's see what this is. Dragon Glass. Okay. See what this is, a little satchel, but it says Dragon Glass. Let me see. Night gathers and your watch begins. You shall not rest until your death. Save thine only winter at the cold hand of thine greatest foe. The White Walker with his dragon. This is okay. Something from. Hey, sorry about the jump cut there. My camera just went out on me. Anyway, this is from Game of Thrones. Let me finish reading this here. The White Walker with this dragon glass, straight from the shores of Dragonstone Island, and sharper than steel, this arrowhead is quintessential defense against Westeros' most imminent threat. Be warned, this token is quite delicate and should solely be used against those of magical origin. So I just apparently spoiled it for myself. that it is indeed an arrowhead, but that is really cool. It's pretty cool. It's a bit of a rock arrowhead. It's not exactly straight, but it's just pretty cool. I mean, I've never really had an arrowhead before, but that's pretty cool. All right. The magazine that for Geek Fuel, I'm not going to read that yet, as you know, it's going to be spoilers. So, War Machine Tactics stickers, downloadable game code. Oh boy. Yeah, there's a code on the back. I will tell you what, folks. I'm more than likely I'm not able to run this on my system. So with that said, I will offer this code up to the first person who enters it. Have fun with that, because, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot use that on my computer. But you are more than welcome to it. First come, first serve for that. The Retro Game Magazine. This is it's a special issue 0 bonus. Okay. Kind of hoping this isn't the bonus item, but we'll see. It does say bonus on there, so it could be. The Retro Gaming issue has a bunch of video game characters on there. Of course, Geek Fuel as a Game Boy Paperboy do up, and there's a lot of game characters on here. Pause to see them all. Okay. So yeah, it's just got a lot of retro video game stuff. It's ooh, wow, a swag bag. So I will go through this later. This is the Geek Fuel instruction booklet, if you will, that has all the stuff from this month. What is this? Okay. Okay, this is George R.R. Martin, Game of Thrones issue number 13. Also a hit original series from HBO. It's also a hit series from HBO. It's a comic book, but it's also there's a show attached to it. I'd never heard of it before, but anyway. From Dynamite Entertainment, issue number 13. Would have liked an issue number 1, but it's understandable. I will give this a look. I've never watched Game of Thrones. I understand why it is a big thing, but I've never gotten around to watching it. Ooh, hello. Gears of War Emulsion Energy Drink. I have several lights bouncing off of that. To my apologies there. This is from Epic Games. Product not intended for children. Boston AmeriCorp. Now, this is not exactly cold, but I will go ahead and take a swig. Now, for those of you who know me, you know I don't really like energy drinks too much, because most of them taste like Mountain Dew and salt, or various shades of Mountain Dew and salt. But wow, that actually smells good. It doesn't smell like the Rouge Bovine. Yeah, it's has a beginning of mildness, and then there's that, like, oh, guess what? It's a sadly generic energy drink. I'm sure if that was cold, it probably tastes a lot better. Then there's the t-shirt. There's an issue with the t-shirt, and I'll get to that at the end. I'll have a pros and cons at the end. But this is Game of Thrones t-shirt, which, you know, again, I'm not into Game of Thrones, but it seems to be very, very video game related. So let's see, there's a Mario throne, a Mega Man throne, Sonic throne, I have no idea what that is, throne, possibly, Final Fantasy, Halo, and Legend of Zelda. So these are the throne of games, if you will. Thrones of games, or games of throne, or something. But that's a pretty cool shirt. I will be wearing this. This is a good shirt. This is actually, yes, is in my size. Very good, thank you. Even though you did ask me on the website, I still wanted to make sure that it's in my size. Of course, the card telling you, this is actually the spoiler card. Game of Thrones received 1 of 5. Okay, apparently there's 5 different comic books. The Daryl Jones poster, where is that poster? the wonderful poster that, you know, I have to say this is probably one of the best posters I've seen in one of these subscription boxes in a long time. Not only because the artwork is amazing, but because it could be basically both. It could be just the picture of the plane, which it is, and it's very awesome for that. But just the attention to detail. One thing I love about artwork, and something I will say about John Pound and the other guys who worked on Garbage Pail Kids, is it's the attention to detail. For them, it was for the sake of humor, but in other great artists, I don't know if you want to call these guys great artists, but they are what they are. There's more than one reason why I had this hanging on my wall, and I'll do a video about that sometime later. But I see attention to detail that really drives it home, and the clouds and the way that the light is shining off of that. This is a beautiful piece of artwork, and I would be proud to hold this, have this up on my wall anywhere. Sadly, I don't have room in my wall of stuff behind me, but this will be going on my wall. If I have to frame it, then so be it. Then I will do that. Let's see if there's anything. Oh yes, there is. Okay, you know what? The buttons are usually kind of a bad thing because they're so specific. But this actually does have Geek Fuel's website on the top of it. But this is just a Spock salute or Vulcan salute. This is simple and basic enough to where this is awesome. I like this. So, and you know, for the sake of completion, here is the inside of the Geek Fuel box. There's a bunch of pixelated items and whatnots from different various video games. I'm sure, you know, again, pause to see them all. So, with all that said, let's get into the pros and cons of this box. Pros, obviously, the poster. The poster is number one on the pros. Let me just look through this guy real quick before I get back into the pros and cons. Forgive me, this is my first Geek Fuel, and I am sort of ecstatic. Oh, yes, and then, you know, there is a little bit of a thing in here about the passing of Leonard Nimoy, which, you know, whether you're a Star Trek fan or not, I mean, he did more than Star Trek. He was in episodes of Mission Impossible. He did a bunch of stuff. I mean, he's all over the place. If you really go through his, you know, his IMDb, you'll see a lot of stuff. And I had no idea what half this stuff is, but it'll be very, very fun for me to find out. There's a lot of really cool things in there. Up top here is head of the family. I know from Full Moon Productions, which I know. There's a lot of things in here that look really cool, so I'm going to check that out later. Daryl Jones, the guy who did the artwork, who apparently likes to insert. Oh, he takes actual photographs, or is he? Anyway, but the guy who did the artwork, very, very well done. Very well done for that. You know, to that guy, Daryl Jones, man. I mean, shoot. I'm sure this guy's artwork goes for a lot of money online, but thankfully, hey, I got this, you know, with my Geek Fuel. So. The Thrones of Games. Okay, there it is. And it's got a description of each one. So this is really cool. I'm going to have to go through this later. But, like I said, pros and cons. Okay, number one, let's do the pros. With Geek Fuel, my pros are, number one, everything in here is good. Yes, there's a few items. I mean, I'll say the overall. Okay, poster, one good. The button, the T-shirt is awesome. The game code, if you can use the game, it's good. For me personally, this is sort of like a midpoint pro and con because I can't play the game. The stickers are good. I mean, the stickers look really, really cool. So, I mean, shoot, I love the character design in a lot of these online games. The arrowhead is an interesting item. I'm afraid I might break it or something, but it is an interesting item. I mean, it's interesting to have, but I wouldn't say that, you know, I would probably go out of my way to find one of these, but you know, it's an interesting thing to have. Retro magazine, I need to go through this. Comic book, again, it's an iffy. I really don't see anything in here that I could really say is bad or that I wouldn't want, other than possibly the code for the game. That and maybe the arrowhead. Other than that, everything in here, in the energy drink. I don't know why these things always have to taste the same. But the only real con I would have with overall, and something that and this is constructive criticism, and Geek Fuel, if you're watching, I apologize, but I have to be honest. One thing that I didn't like is when I went to sign up for Geek Fuel, is that there is an extra charge for your hefty boy size shirts, which is I think 3X and up. I don't mind that, but the issue is that I have is it wasn't on the front page of the pricing. It's the only thing I have to say about it, and I think I paid like an extra $4 a crate, or sorry, box. Please forgive me, old habits, bad habits, die hard. But it's an extra $4 a box for the bigger size, at least my size is a 3X. So that's not bad. I just wish there was a little asterisk, along with the pricing. That's my only bit of criticism so far. So far, everything in here seems great. I look forward to reading all these things. As I said already, as I stated at the beginning of the video, this is subscription box service. If you feel that Geek Fuel, ask your comic book shop owner if Geek Fuel is right for you. But and if you think it is, if you think this is some good stuff, if you can use game codes, if you like sadly generic tasting. I mean, it's interesting. It's something to eat and drink. I love eating and drinking, so. Actually, it's starting to grow on me. It's more like a berry Sprite with a little bit of salt. I don't know why they're so salty tasting, but anyway. If this is good, again, link in the description. Go check them out. Check out my box. Hey, check out this video rather. Thank you for watching. But also check out other people, see what they have to say about this particular box. Get a well-rounded opinion. By all means, first of all, let me explain something. I used to subscribe to another subscription box service. For those of you who watch my videos, the value wasn't there for me. Straight up and down, the value was not there. I honestly feel that for what I paid for this, I got my value sort. I am taken back by the quality of the items in here. That's what is important to me when the subscription box service is quality. Not, you have a bunch of items stuffed in this box, and we can claim it would cost a certain amount of money if you try to piece it out yourself. I honestly feel that the quality of these items are better than the other subscription box services that are out there. So there's that going for it. And by all means, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see more of these videos, you're going to get a few more anyway. But if you want to see more of these videos, by all means, like, favorite, comment, subscribe. Do everything you need to do to let me know that you liked it. And go check out Geek Fuel. Go to geekfuel.com and subscribe today. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have been Ox Bigley, at least for the duration of this video. And this has been a Geek Fuel. And there's some Gears of War fuel. So, I'm going to go put that in the freezer to make it taste maybe just a little bit better. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next month for another Geek Fuel. Bye! The casting doesn't matter. Yes, I am against this film. Is it because the ghost traps outnumber the proton ones? No. Dino Butler! Ox Bigley! Do me a favor, buy this DVD set. Shop Factory themselves said that they won't bring any more Sentai to America unless this sells well. Find more great videos and blogs at manicexpression.com.